Welcome everyone to my Resolution CX video. I'll put a link to the full race in the description, but yeah, here we go. This was a really fun race, so I'm glad I just got to race again. It's been so long, but I had a good start. Got clipped in pretty much right away, and I think I'm in 5th right now. Just trying to stay with everyone as we head up this hill here. The start was always really hard, and I'm never the best at starting, so this was pretty good for me. Here's the finish right here. So at this point, I'm just trying to make sure I don't get gapped off right at the start, because that'd be bad, and obviously you don't want to be super far back right at the start and having to move up. So for me to come out 5th is pretty good for me. This is just kind of easy part of the lap. It's nothing too technical or anything, so I'm not too worried about anything bad happening. So I think I come around, this is actually my teammate Lawrence right in front of me. I think I come around him right up here and then hop on Stefan Roth's wheel. Yep, there I go. And there's a little bit of a gap I have to close, so I'm pretty much all out right here trying to make it up to the lead group of 3, because I know if I let them go, it'll be really hard for me to catch back up. I'm better if I can just stay on someone's wheel and try and hold it for as long as possible. Here's a couple more technical corners, I guess. I'm never the fastest through these, but I pretty much make it up to Stefan's wheel almost right after here, and we're pretty much all together after the start of the race. So fast forward here a couple minutes. Here we are going into the woods for the first time. This is where I know it's easy to make a mistake and lose a lot of time. So you can certainly lose the race here, crash pretty easily. But pretty good through this first little hill. We drop down. Gotta watch out for that root right there. It's really easy to flat. That's a bit of a sandy corner that can catch you out if you're not paying attention. I think I took it bad a couple times later on in the race. Here's another route you gotta watch out for. So yeah, we come down here. Stefan doesn't have the best corner. We lose a bit of time there, but they're still somewhat there. This is a really steep hill that I think Beckett and Paul were riding, but we couldn't. And here you can actually tell, but I jump onto my back wheel instead of my saddle, so I have to get off my bike again and then remount for the second time. So here I lose a couple seconds, and now Stefan's starting to get a gap on me. So I know that this is kind of make or break moments, that if I can't get on him quick, he'll start to power away, and then it'll be really tough for me to catch them. So I know just gotta go as hard as I can through here, make good clean corners, and catch back up. Beckett and Paul are already opening a little gap on Stefan too, so I'm just trying to catch up to him for 3rd. Here we are going into the second woods. As you can see, I'm pretty much caught up to Stefan again, but I know there's a hill up here that I'm slower than he is on, so I'm probably going to lose some more time right there. So this is the hill. I'm really slow riding it, or even have to run it some laps. So I just don't have that huge spike of power. So Stefan gets a little bit of a bigger gap on me, but I know that I'm better for the most part technically than him, so I'll be able to make up some ground through this last part. That's a tight corner right there. So yeah, come down here, we turn left, and then now we're getting pretty close to the finishing straight where we started. Just a little bit of stuff through right here, nothing too crazy. So I know I've got to try and make up as much ground quickly as I can. You know, it's maybe only 4 or 5 seconds to Stefan, but every time we hit this section, he starts putting in massive digs with tons of power. So you can see he's out of the saddle, full sprint, trying to catch back up to 1st and 2nd. So I'm losing a bit of ground here, and he's just putting in this massive effort, and he's getting pretty close to catching them. So here I'm thinking, well, you know, I just gotta keep going as hard as I can, riding my own race, and maybe I'll be able to catch them. So here's a bit later on the second lap. As you can see, Stefan's pretty close to catching them. He's almost there. And he's got a pretty big gap on me. So at this point, I think I might be resigned to fourth. I don't think that I'll be able to catch them. He has a big gap, and every time we hit a power straight, he's gaining a lot of time on me, putting in these massive efforts. But I know I can't just give up yet, so you can see they're just around that corner there. This is a little bit of a slippery corner. You got to be careful. It's easy to slide out. There's some loose dirt there. But I know if I can race smart, then I might be able to catch back up. There he is going around the corner. Here I come. This is another kind of loose, sketchy corner that can catch you off guard if you're not ready. Here's the second woods on the second lap again. Again, I know just not to crash, basically. That's the main goal. I know my technical skills aren't the best, but they're pretty good, so I'm pretty confident. I think I'm not the fastest over this hill again, but I think I have to put a foot down here, yeah. But it is what it is. Get back clipped in and try and start gaining time again. I know that Stefan's probably going to put in another really large dig coming up to the finish again on that long straight up the hill, so I've got to try and make up as much time here as I can and try and catch him as quickly as possible. I think this corner caught me off guard 1 or 2 times as well, so especially when you're on the limit and suffering, some corners that you don't think are hard will creep up on you quickly. So here I just start trying to lay down as much power as I can. It's pretty much all straight all the way through the finish. Little corner here and little corner onto the road, but nothing too crazy. So I'm pretty much on my limit the whole first 2 laps, just trying to go as hard as I can. You can see Stefan on the right, and you can see them at the top of the hill there. He's basically caught it, so it's basically a group of 3 at the front. Then I'm just a little bit behind. You can see he's almost there and gaining pretty quickly on them. So here we are, 3rd lap, entering the woods. I know I need to try and make up some time on Stefan here. I'm normally better here than he is, but he's normally better on the power sections. So I know just trying to be smooth, not make mistakes. Going to the leaves there a little bit, but not too bad. This corner, just got to make sure I watch out for that root, don't slide on it. I can see right there out of the corner of my eye that Stefan is gapped a little bit from Beckett and Paul 1st and 2nd. So I know that I maybe have a chance to catch him now that he can't follow them and ride with them in the technical sections, and he might lose more time. Here I actually get on my bike right on like the first lap, and that was much better. I don't know why I jumped onto my back wheel at the start. I've never done that before. But pretty good through the woods there, didn't lose too much time or gain some time. So there's Stefan going around that corner. Here we are, the 4th lap, going into the woods, and I've made up a lot of ground on Stefan through kind of the power sections and some of the corners before the woods, so that was kind of surprising me. But at this point I know I've just got to try and make my way up to him while in the woods, and I was just really happy to be able to catch Stefan, and I was thinking that we'd have a pretty good battle. He's looking a little bit sketchy through the corners, so I know he's probably losing a lot of time in this section, and that's how I was getting dropped and I was catching him. You can see he doesn't really look very good, taking things really slow, foot out. So I know something's going on, but it can't really pass anyone here. It's too narrow and stuff. Here's the run up again. Pretty good on the run up. Get clipped in. Good. Pretty good there. No more mistakes. So here we are coming out of the woods. This is like halfway in the race, I think. Right around halfway, maybe a little under. Just coming up this little hill here, we'll turn left and kind of come down to this fast section. But I see here, coming around this corner, that he just kind of lets me come right by him, you know, gives a flick, and comes out to find he flatted like right before I caught him. So that was too bad. We were going to have a really good battle, but he flatted, and then he had to go in the pits, and by the time he got a new bike or changed his wheel, he had no chance of catching me. So nothing really happened after that. Here's the finish. I ended up getting third, which I was really happy with. That's just a lapped rider right there. But yeah, I got third. That was my first ever podium in a 1-2-3 cross race, I think. So I was really happy with that. Be sure to subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.